All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Just going to go live on Instagram as well. Everybody pop on in. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Thursday morning. Who's ready for the holidays? The holidays are almost here. Christmas is almost here. If you are celebrating Christmas, if you're celebrating Hanukkah, you've already started. And if you're celebrating Kwanzaa as well, happy holidays to everybody. Spread a little holiday cheer this holiday season. We're just going to wait for everybody to come on in. If you've been following me every morning, this week we've been talking about hydration. It's one of the most important things you can do for your body. But I wanted to talk about creating those healthy habits. Since we've been talking about hydration, we need to create the habit of drinking more water, right? Making sure that our bodies are hydrated. So I wanted to talk about that part because there's some things that you can do to make sure that you are getting enough water. And we talked a little bit about it, but I really want to talk about setting the intention to make sure that you are drinking more water. So I did give some tips throughout the week. So one of those tips was, as I was mentioning yesterday, about my client who was drinking a lot of Pepsi, and I had her line up her Pepsi bottles versus her water bottles so that she could really see, what she was intaking when it comes to the water versus the Pepsi so that she could start to make the change. So you have to visualize it. I line my bottles up on my counter to make sure that I'm getting in enough water because I work from home majority of the time. But what I also do is make sure that when I am mobile, that I take water with me. So one of the ways to create healthy habits is to, set yourself up, prepare for it. And I would even say, if you're good morning, Renta, good morning. I would even say if you're the person that prepares the night before is a great time to prepare for the next day so that you're not scrambling in the morning. As I am talking to all of my busy women leaders, I know you're trying to get your household prepared in the mornings and out the door. If you have children, you're trying to get them to school. And so you want to prepare at night. So I would say take your water bottles, grab your water bottles. If you are, drinking these 16.9 water bottles, make sure that you understand how much of this you need. We talked yesterday about using the rule of thumb of half your body weight in fluid ounces. I gave the example, I'm 140 pounds. I need 70 fluid ounces, which means I need at least 5 bottles of water. Now, the 5 bottles of water is a little over my fluid ounces, but that's okay. So I need to make sure that I take 5 bottles of water. So in that example, grab your 5 bottles of water, put them in a bag. If you know that you're mobile throughout the day, if you're going to a job, if your business has you outside and you need to be out and about, grab your water, grab a bag, grab your water. Also gave the example, another way for you to create that healthy habit is if you understand how much water you need throughout the day, grab a jug. Grab those jugs that have the measurements on them, fill it up to the amount that you need and take that with you and have that throughout the day. And you can do that whether you're mobile or you are also staying at home, but we want to create those healthy habits. But what I also want you to do is attach yourself to the reason why you want to live healthy. Attach yourself to whatever that is. And I'll give you an example. I'm a mom, and most moms can probably attest to this, right? We want to be here for our children. And if you're at the point where you have grandchildren, you want to be here for them too. So attach yourself to those reasons why it's important for you to be healthy. I want to make sure that I'm here. I want to see my son graduate high school next year. I want to, see him grow, hopefully get married, have kids, be able to run around with my grandkids. Those are the things that I want to see. So that's why it's important. And I want to be here to serve all of you, to help you live healthy. So it's important for me to stay healthy. I want to be the example also to help you live healthy. So in order for me to do that, in order for me to help you, I need to help myself first, right? So think about those reasons why you want to live healthy and attach yourself to those reasons. And I would say write them down, Look at them every day. Be grateful when you wake up in the morning every day, and take a look at your reasons and set the intention to create those healthy habits that you need, that are going to allow you to take care of yourself properly. We hear the saying, you got to fill your cup first, right? Before you pour out, and you should be pouring from your overflow. Part of filling your cup is creating those healthy habits that are going to help you take care of yourself. You're filling your cup by helping your physical body so that you have the stamina and the energy and the clarity to be able to go out there and do whatever it is that you need to do, to be able to help other people, to be able to perform and be productive in your jobs and in your businesses, to be there and be clear and have the energy to deal with your household and your children. It takes energy to deal with your children, no matter what age they are. So it takes that energy. So you want to keep that energy going. And part of that is taking care of yourself. So attach yourself to whatever your reasons are, for living healthy and for wanting to be healthier each day in your life. So this is how you start to create those healthy habits in your life. But that is the biggest assistance that you can do, is to know your why and to attach yourself to your why, and then start to implement the tips that I'm providing in order for you to live healthy. So I'm using water as the example because we've been talking about hydration all week, but this goes for any healthy habits that you want to create. So that's number one. That number two, which I mentioned before, right, is just preparing yourself. But I also want to mention, and this is number three, is to understand how you operate. And I always say this to people because it's hard to create habits if you don't know yourself, right? So understand how you operate. And I always use these examples twofold, right? If you are a person who operates by doing something, the cliche saying is cold turkey, right? If you operate cold turkey and you know that in order for you to break one habit and start another, you just need to do it, right? There's no steps, there's no progression. You have to do that thing right away, right? So in the example that I used about my client yesterday, with her drinking too much Pepsi and needing to incorporate more water, uh, if you are the person that operates cold turkey, then what you want to do is throw all your Pepsi in the garbage, right? And make sure that you are stocked with water, and just start drinking the water, because that's how you operate, and trying to do it slowly doesn't help you. But if you know that you are the person that needs to progressively do something in order for that to become a habit for yourself, then you use the example that I gave yesterday as well, where you are lining up the Pepsi and lining up the water, and you're gradually removing a Pepsi and adding a water. So understand, who you are, how you operate, so that you can be successful at changing the habits that you want to change in order for you to live healthy. And I think that part is also really important, because oftentimes we try to do it somebody else's way and then it doesn't work for us, right? So if you know that, if I'm your coach and I can tell you, like, for me, it's a cold turkey. I have to do things cold turkey. But if I'm your coach and I'm telling you that that's what I do for myself, that does not mean that I'm going to say, do that for you. And nor do I want you to. I don't want you to look at, the way somebody else is creating habits and creating those habits in that same way for yourself. You really have to understand who you are and how you operate in order for you to create the healthy habits that you need to change in your life. Hello, good morning, Allegra. Thank you for joining. Good morning, Sean. Thank you for joining. So we're talking this morning about creating healthy habits. And just to reiterate for those who just popped on, I just mentioned a couple of things. One was understanding your why you want to create those healthy habits, and attaching yourself to whatever those reasons are so that you make sure that you get it done. The next thing that I mentioned was preparing yourself. So because we were talking about hydration all of this week, I just mentioned, set yourself up for success by preparing yourself. So if you know that you need 5 bottles of water a day, and you're mobile, pack that water at night, put it by the door, get it ready for yourself when you are about to get out the door in the morning. And usually in the morning, we're rushing around with our household. We got to get our children prepared. So prepare yourself beforehand. Know what you need, get it ready for yourself. For me, I'm working from home, so I keep those bottles out on the counter. as a reminder for myself. And as I knock them down, I just keep the empty bottles there until the end of the day so that I make sure that I'm getting in enough water. So set those intentions for yourself, know your why, and prepare yourself. And the last thing that I mentioned is just understanding how you operate in order for you to be successful. Because, we're out here, we're paying attention to what other people are doing. But if you know that that's not your way and that's not how you're going to be successful, don't try to do it somebody else's way. Do it your way so that you know that you're going to create the habit that's going to allow you to live healthy. So I just used the two examples of, if you operate cold turkey and that's how you need to do it, that's how I operate personally. So, if I need to just knock it out, I just have to do it that way, or I'm not going to be successful at it. But if you are the person who needs to do it progressively, then do it that way so that you can be successful. So I use the example of the client that I had who was looking to, remove the Pepsi, all the Pepsi that she was drinking, and incorporate more water. But she was a person who needed to do that progressively. So I started to tell her, okay, line the Pepsis up, line the water bottles up, see how much you're drinking of each. And then I told her, start to remove one Pepsi, incorporate a water bottle, and just watch your progression over time. And that worked for her because that's how she operated. So if you understand who you are, how you need to do things, you'll be a lot more successful in creating that habit. And I'm just reading the comments here. I keep a case of water in my trunk. Yes, I love that idea. Now, the only thing about that is you have to be careful in the summertime. In the winter, perfectly fine to keep that case in the trunk. But in the summertime, because they're plastic water bottles, you do not want to heat those water bottles up and potentially have the just the chemicals from the plastic seeping into your water. So I would say to just be careful about that. Be mindful of the temperatures when you're keeping the water in your trunk. But it's a great way to just make sure that you have water when you're on the go. You can just, open that trunk and get your water bottle, make sure that you're getting it in. But again, just be careful about the temperatures in the summertime when the temperatures are warmer. So an alkaline water preferably. And yeah, and you know what? We didn't talk about the alkaline water, but just to mention, I would say this to everybody. When it comes to your alkaline water, do your research on the brand that you are purchasing to make sure that it is what it is. There are independent studies out there on alkaline water. So make sure that you're getting an alkaline water that doesn't have a lot of chemicals, because alkaline water usually is purified water, right? So they're taking like tap water and purifying that water and adding what's needed to alkalize the water. But all alkaline water brands are not created equal. Last time I checked, which was probably about 5 years ago, I haven't, because I drink spring water, I haven't looked at the alkaline water lately, but last time I checked, and do your fact checking here, the Essentia brand was the best brand of alkaline water. It had the pH levels that they said it did when they did the studies back. And this, again, like I said, this was 5 years ago. So do your fact checking, make sure that your alkaline water is what they say it is. And I'm glad that you mentioned that when it comes to the water, because you want to make sure that you're getting in, that your pH balance in your body, which is what the alkaline water does, and that you're also getting in enough electrolytes, which are those wonderful minerals that you need to help keep your body hydrated. Things like sodium, chloride, potassium, magnesium, phosphorus. You want to make sure that what you're consuming actually has that in it when you're looking for electrolytes and helping to bump up the hydration. So just use the test strips are definitely Allegra. So thank you for saying that too. The test strips work, and you can buy the test strips when you're testing your alkalinity. For everybody else out there, if you want to test your alkalinity, there are test strips that you can purchase that will allow you to check the pH levels in your body. It should be around a 7. So you want to make sure that that's what it is. The test strips will tell you, they'll give you an indication, because usually when you buy the test strips, it goes by color and it'll tell you. And normally it's this green color. But get those test strips. You can just read the instructions and they will definitely tell you if your body is pH balanced. And again, for everything that we talk about, like what Allegra and I are conversing here over the live, right? Everything that we talk about here is for your body's function, right? For your organs to be able to function properly. So when you think about alkalinity and having your body pH balance, it's another way to allow your body to operate in the manner that it is supposed to have your organs operating properly and functioning the way that you need them to in order for you to get the most benefit out of what this intricate machine should be doing for you each and every day. So I see also that we have a comment out here that says, water is my biggest turn off. No, 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 no. You need water so much. I'm gonna talk to you about that independently, because you need the water, and you can create ways in order for you to get in the water. Maybe you add fresh fruit juice to it in order for you to get the water. I like to drink the water in the morning with lemon. Don't necessarily need it, but at the same time, lemon helps to alkalize your water too. So we were talking about alkaline water. That definitely helps to alkalize your water naturally. But water is something that you really need. So you want to add things to it that are going to help you to consume the water on a regular basis. Good morning, cuz. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. I appreciate that. So listen, again, I'm going to reiterate that, for those who have just joined. We're creating healthy habits here, and we've been talking about water all week, which is why we're mentioning water so much, to help you create the habits. So the thing that you want to do is attach yourself to the reasons why you want to live healthy. So that you can just understand the importance of what's needed for you. You want to prepare yourself for those healthy habits that you need to incorporate in your life. And using that water as an example, Allegra mentioned that she has the water in her trunk. Grab your bag of water, take it with you, make sure that you have enough, using that rule of thumb when it comes to half your body weight in fluid ounces. And again, just using water as an example, but this goes for anything that you need to incorporate. Prepare yourself for it, and then just understand how you operate so that you can change the habit in the manner that you need to. Be it cold turkey, be it progressive. Understand who you are and how you operate so that you can be successful in your life. Good morning, Lynn. Thank you for joining. So this is it. We want to create those healthy habits. So if you stick to those 3 items in order to change your habits, right? So that you can live healthy and operate from your overflow. As they mentioned, and part of operating from your overflow is making sure that your body is functioning, your mind is functioning, your spirit is functioning in the manner that you needed to live healthy, to go out here and do all the things that you're meant to do to impact the world. So to my women leaders, I love you all out there. As I always mention, I don't forget about the men, but to my women leaders, I know that you need to change those habits because you are more concerned about everybody else and everything else that you have going on in your life. And you need to make sure that you are healthy to do those things. I know they all are important to you, but you are important as well. And in order for you to impact the world in the manner that you are called to do, you need to live healthy doing it. So create those healthy habits that are going to allow you to be successful. If you want more tips on how to do that, you can always reach out to me. You can DM me here on all of the social media platforms, wherever you are watching today. I would love to talk to you so that we can get out here and live healthy. We are about to start a new year, and I want you all to walk into the new year ready to do all of the wonderful things that you are called to do and feel good and look good doing it. So I appreciate you all for joining this morning. I'm going to get out of here, get my water intake in, and line my bottles up for the day and just do what I need to do today. So I love you all. I will see you again tomorrow morning. And Friday is going to be a celebration because I want us to celebrate ourselves as we are setting these intentions and living healthy. So get ready to celebrate with me tomorrow morning right here for the success that you have created for yourself for this week. I'll see you tomorrow, 6:30 a.m. Take care, everybody.